In the past 24 hours, we've seen a good price action shift. Market is moving upward, and against a lot of prediction, markets move from here to this very area. That is where it is right now of 16,500. And I am expecting a further move to the upside because there is important news from President Trump right here about Trump set to approve the 401k access to crypto and alternative assets via executive order on Thursday. That signing is about to take place right now in the White House. So from here, I am expecting market to continue this movement all the way to the upside. So right now, I have a different perspective on price action, and that is what I want to talk about in this very video. So first off, from the price of Bitcoin, if you look at what we have 2 days ago was for the market to retrace back down a little bit into this area before the next move upward, or market come back down a little bit, grab liquidity. And I said if we see market grab liquidity, we're going to see a sharp move all the way to the upside, because that very drop to grab liquidity will not be sustained. And the market do come into this very area, not below this very point, before we see the market begin to move upward. So from here, where the market is right now, we have few important levels we must have to pay attention to. And the first level here that you must keep your eye on to be in the right direction of the market is this very area right here. Okay, this very point is an important level of interest. In fact, that is why market is rejecting from this very area. And then the next point of interest is this very point, this very order block, where we see the last bullish candle before this bear drop from this very area. So there was a bear drop from this very area all the way to the downside. So this very point is an important area. So I'm expecting retracement from each of these levels. So the first area we should expect retracement from is this very point. That is market push into this area. That is what I'm expecting before the next move downward, which of course is a retracement before the final move to the upside, or market move into this area and then retrace back down before the next move to the upside. These are the two possibilities you need to pay attention to right now on your price action. And I am not expecting the market to go below this very area again, this area of $12,000, this very point. Okay, the possibility is the market can just begin to come back down, or we can just have a crazy news and the market will begin to come all the way to the downside. That possibility is there, but for the moment right now, as at the recording of this video, everything is calm. Market should move upward, retracement, move up again, or move into this area, retracement, and then move up again. This is what you must have to pay attention to right now on the Bitcoin price action. This is very important for you to be in the right direction of the market. And on the price of Ethereum, Ethereum has moved significantly more than BTC. If you look at it, it has already claimed the $3,800 level, moving into 3,850 and 3,860 around this very area. So from here, what next for the market? Important levels to pay attention to. Number one is this very point where the market is right now. We have this very doji candle, okay, very important doji candle, and that is where the market is rejecting from. So the possibility of market retracing from here is very, very high. From here, market come back down, retracement into this very point before the next move to the upside. And this very point, because this was where the market paused before this very strong bullish candle. So this very bearish candle is very, very important. So from here, market is going to push upward after retracement. And of course, if we see the market break here, because the possibility of market breaking on this level of important resistance is very, very high. And the bullish momentum on the Ethereum price action is very high right now. So we can see the market just break this and create another new high on Ethereum, maybe hitting the 4 $4,000 that everyone is expecting moving into 4.1k. That possibility is very high on price action right now, and that is what I am expecting moving into the weekend tomorrow and next tomorrow. So pay attention to these guys to be in the right direction of the market. On the immediate short term on ETH, this is what I am expecting. Market from here should retrace back down and then move upward, or we see a breakout here, and once that breakout occurs, a sharp move into this very area of $4,000 and $4,100. This is what I am now expecting on this very price action, ETH USDT 4-hour chart. And if you come to Blum, in my immediate last video on price action and technical analysis, I drew out this very area of rectangular pattern, and this is a bearish rectangular pattern. And for bearish rectangles in a downtrend, 70% it break here and continue downward in line with that very trend, and 30% it breaks upward against the trend. Okay, and that is what we saw right here. Market broke here, okay, and move up a little bit and then come back down. So this is a retest, in my opinion. This is a retest. So since it's a retest, and this retest is not over for Blum USD 4-hour chart, this retest is not over yet. So what I am expecting is a further drop into this very point. Okay, market should continue downward before the next move upward, and the market can come into this very area as well of important support. Market can come down and then move finally. So I'm expecting this very retest to be deep into this very area before the next move upward. That is my expectation right now, since we've seen the market break this level of important resistance against the trend, against this chart pattern. So from here, market come back down before the final move to the upside, and this is what you need to pay attention to on the price of Blum right now. Blum USDT 4-hour chart, very simple price action. And if you look at Pi came back down as expected. Look at it right here. Market was around this very area, and I said market is going to come back down and create a new close and a possible new low below this very area. Although market did not create a new low, but we see a new close. The previous close was at this very area. The new close is at this very point. What next for the market? If you look at where the market is right now on the price of Pi at this very area, you discover that this very point is an important order block area. So this is an important order block, and the reason why market is also rejecting from this very area as well. So for that reason, I am expecting market to come back down a little bit, okay, before the final move to the upside. So market should reject from here downward, possibly into this very point of support for the market to move upward again. So we have a good support at this very area, and markets have to come back down respecting this very resistance, because there are sellers at this very point willing to push the market downward, and that is why we are seeing rejection from here. So markets should reject into this area, and then from here market should pick up upward and then break out of this level of resistance right here, resisting the market from moving upward right now. So this is what you must have to pay attention to be in the right direction of the market. And then if market break out here, there are a lot of trouble up there. So from here, if markets break out on this level of resistance and begin to move upward, there are a lot of trouble within this area. So we have a very important area of interest at this very point. So this is an important area of interest right here. What that means is once the market break out here on this level of important resistance and begin to push into this area, be very sure, in my opinion, that market is going to come back down, okay? And this is going to serve as the next support before the next move upward. Why? Because this is a very strong level of resistance right at this very point right now. So this is what you need to pay attention to right here. This very point of interest is what you should not neglect. Pay attention to this to be in the right direction of the market on Pi USDT 4-hour chart. And on SUI, I did a video on SUI in my last price prediction, and that very move did happen not below this very area. I was looking at the market coming back down a little bit and create a new low, very little new low, not a very drastic drop all the way to the downside. Of course, this was almost the last leg I was expecting if you pay attention to that analysis before the final move to the upside. And of course, market did not create a new low. This was the lowest low here as market was coming down. So market came back down a little bit, and then right now we're seeing the market moving upwards. So what next for the market? This is what I'm expecting on this very price action. If you look at this area, market is rejecting from here. However, I still expect the market to push up a little bit. Very important, into this very area. Okay, market should push up a little bit into this very area. This is the resistance resisting the market from this very area, because we have this last bullish candle before this bear drop from this very point. So the last bullish candle is here, and then the bear drop come in, and the market move upward, come back down. Right now market is pushing up, approaching that very area. So we should expect rejection. So market should push in a little bit into this very area, and then from here market should come back down for retracement before the next move to the upside. This is a very important as well on the price of SUI USDT 4-hour chart. Expect market to move up a little bit into this very area. This is very important. And on the price of Solana, we've not really seen a good move on the price of Solana. If you look at it very well, at least some altcoins have begun to move significantly, not a very crazy pump upward, but at least you see significant move. But Solana is still making dull move. I believe it's going to pick up very, very soon. However, this drop on Solana is also very, very significant. Look at it. Market drop from here, downward, retrace, drop, retrace, drop, retrace. So market have a lot of resistance to break to create a new high, not a new all-time high, a new high within this very area. So this is what I am expecting right now on the price of Solana. So from here, where the market is right now, market have a very strong point of resistance, and that is why we are seeing rejection from where it is right now. Look at it. There is this interest within this very area. Point of interest. I always like point of interest because it works 80-90% of the time, and if you can get that right with 90% accuracy, sometimes 95% accuracy, you are going to be very good with the market. Okay, so from here, market enter into this area of interest. Okay, very important area of interest, and then market is going to come back down, in my opinion, not into this very point. That possibility is there that market can come back down from this very point into this very area, but I am not expecting market to come into this area again. However, market can do so, but a retracement from here downward is necessary before the next move upward. And if we just see the market break here with a good bullish candle, then it means that the market is going to move into this very order block area. That is why this area is also important as well. This very point right here is important. So a breakout here with a bullish candle is going to push us into this very point before retracement, act as support, and then the next move all the way to the upside to reclaim back all this level that the bear kick us all the way to the downside from. So this is what you have to pay attention to right now on the price of Sol USDT 4-hour chart. On the immediate short time, if we see a breakout, here is the next target, this very point. And if we don't see a breakout, then that means market is going to come back down before the next move to the upside. And the next move is going to break out on this very point. This is my personal opinion on this various price action. BTC, ETH, Blum, PyUSDT, SUI, and SOL. This is what you must have to pay attention to if you really want to be in the right direction of the market. And if you come to coin market cap, you discover that the global crypto market capitalization have increased significantly. In the last 48 hours, we see it at $3.67 trillion, and right now it's $3.82 trillion. That means a lot of liquidity in billions of dollars have entered into the market back. It's a good thing. Not only that, you look at the altcoin index is still very, very low, 36 over 100. I am looking at 60, 70 over 100 to see aggressive pump in the price of altcoins, especially meme token. Okay, and the fear and greed index is still within the neutral zone, already gradually shifting into the greed area, but I also want to see it into the greed area, especially into the extreme greed level. So these are the things you need to pay attention to right now, guys. Very importantly, the price of Bitcoin is going to move into this area or into this very area. Pay attention to all of this to be in the right direction of the market. Consider supporting this channel by leaving a like for this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on the bell notification for more crypto videos like this one. Also check the channel for other crypto content. Join our Telegram channel, link in the description of this video and also in the pinned comment for signal, on-chain data fundamental analysis, and many more. Join right now, link below. It is a free channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.